What is up? What is up? You already know who I am. Erica, what's going on? I see you. Man, shout out to everybody out there that's handling business and doing what they need to do to survive. You already know what the fuck it is. You know what it ain't. You already know I'm gonna hit y'all niggas with it. Did Jesus come back today? God damn, y'all niggas been hooping and hollering and speaking in tongues and shit. But white supremacy is doing exactly what happened to Deontay Wilder. Going oops upside your head. Deontay Wilder, you need to give it up and leave your cares behind, nigga. God damn. That white man got your number. For real. But anyway, man, shout out to everybody out there, man. Like I said, Florida in the building, stand up. Man. I don't know why I keep deleting your messages, Erica. Don't trip. But anyway, I got your message too. When we was talking about Kevin Samuels, I think you sent a message about that, man. I like that message. I be trying to like read through the message and delete and shit, man. But anyway, man, shout out to everybody out there, man. If you studying your Sunday school lesson and getting ready to go to church and do singing and choir and all this other sucker shit, then go ahead and do that, man. I ain't mad at you, man. Everybody needs a hero. Everybody needs something. We about to get into it today, man. 066, Shawnee, I see you. Everybody out there, Tasha, Miss Wendy, all y'all. Man, y'all need to go check out that Dave Chappelle special. Man, a real point of view. Great special. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, man. Really putting that alphabet community on blast. Yeah, don't delete that shit, man. Keep that shit up there. Don't delete that shit, man. Fuck these niggas. They be sending trolls in this motherfucker all the time, man. Sending trolls and shit. Some lady left a message talking about Donald Trump. I had to tell that my sister. Not areas and people of activity is dominated by the dominant white society. So a motherfucker can say whatever they want on TV, but what are they doing behind closed doors as far as I'm concerned, especially dealing with the system of racism, white supremacy. But anyway, man, we about to get into it, man. This is what the subject and topic is going to be about today. It's going to be about Dave Chappelle's special. I think it was great. He really touched on some great points, and we're going to get into it, man. We're going to get into it, man, right now. Let's do it. Let this clown ass shit, somber ass music down. Yeah. Well, I need to sing it and shit in this motherfucker. I got nigga. Woo. Yeah. Looking at. But anyway, man, as I watched the special, he hit on a lot of great points. I'm not gonna give it away, but a lot of the shit that he said was very to the point, and there was a lot of motherfucking white people in there that weren't laughing. See, white people like to go see Dave Chappelle tell nigga jokes all the time, but when he started talking shit about y'all, then oh my God, cancel Dave Chappelle. And the writer of Dear White People, I'm about to get on that right now. Fuck Dear White People. They done turned that into Glee. A moist Glee is what it is. It's no longer about black and white and racial issues and all that. But here's the reason why. You're letting the dominant society tell the story. That's why it's like that. They focusing on singing. They always want niggas singing and shit. Nigga, you can't be looked at a certain way unless you're singing and bopping and bucking your eyes and doing all this other shit. If you're not doing that, then they don't even take you serious, man. They'll only take you serious if you're like, I will do what you need me to do. Yeah, boss, that bullshit. Like, it's almost like they want every black person to be dream girls. If you watch the movie Dreamgirls with Jamie Foxx and Beyonce and all them people from Dreamgirls, it was good parts, and then with parts where they motherfuckers just start singing and shit. And Jennifer, a girl that played Aretha Franklin, You know what I'm saying? And the foundational Black American sister. And that was good for that. But they feel like everybody is like, they'll twist everything into that. And then you get off topic of, well, what is this shit about? Because I watched Dear White People from the inception. I watched the actual movie. The actual movie was a lot better than the series. And I think they had the series down packed. Then all of a sudden, they start going to the moist drama. And I'm like, man, y'all losing the nigga with all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I like what Dave Chappelle said. He said a lot of shit that I personally I always wondered that. I'm like, y'all alphabet community want to be a minority until y'all dealing with black folk. Then y'all get white real quick. When a black person tell you what it is, then you go from the LGBTQ to motherfucking I'm white. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Just like what he said. He said some real shit. That's why I was just like, and then what's so fucked up is don't nobody even want to say nothing about Bruce Jenner. It's like, nigga. To me, I think that is the ultimate disrespect to women. Women can have periods, birth. You know, they can nurture a child in their stomach for 9 months. And then here comes some nigga talking about, okay, I want to be a bitch too. Well, no, nigga. You don't have those type of parts. And it's like, when you say something about that shit, you're looked at as the villain, the demon. And I always used to be like, man, y'all niggas, I'm not even finna like entertain that shit. Just like women that want to be men. Okay, fine. You want to be men? Fine. Then go to a men's prison. Because let me tell you, when they check you in, they're not going to put you on a yard with a whole bunch of niggas that's in there for life. You don't even want to go there. That's why when you go, man, I remember, I forgot we was watching, and this Moist brother, he had to tell him he was moist, and they sectioned him off. They wouldn't put him with General Pop. So it's like, y'all get these privileges because y'all know what's gonna happen. And that just trips me out, man. That they get away with so much shit. The thing that y'all have always heard me say the most is, don't ever let no LGBTQ XYZ LMNOP tell a motherfucker that they need civil rights when they ain't build shit for free. Man, get the fuck out of here. First of all, back in the day, the slave master didn't want really, and the only moist motherfuckers was them. Because they didn't really want niggas being moist because we had to reproduce. We were bucks. We had to reproduce. We were the studs. So we had to reproduce and make more slaves. They wasn't going to make no money. We was all LGBTQ. So it's like, that doesn't even make sense. But now it's like, go with the agenda. And then get on Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle, yeah, he broke it down too. And then the transgenders, white sister that he was letting open up for, they bullied her to death. Because she liked his shit. And she thought it was funny. And see, that's the thing about people. They'll bully you to death and act like they didn't do that shit. That's why, man, fuck a Twitter. Fuck all that shit, man. That's the internet. Let me tell you something. If you saying some real shit, like I told y'all before, I got kicked off Twitter so many times. When you saying real shit, they don't want you on there. When you saying fuck a bitch and niggas ain't shit and all that, man, they will retweet and love you to death. But when you start saying real shit and it starts to gain traction, especially when you calling out Sambos and Coons and Mammies, oh no, they got to get you up off of there. Ain't no free speech on their platforms. Ain't no free speech even on this YouTube shit. That's why you can't even talk about that jab shit, because you already know what they gonna do. That's why, and then they trying to cancel. Then the motherfucker from Dear White People trying to cancel fucking Dave Chappelle special. Man, first of all, Netflix like, man, fuck y'all niggas. We done already paid this nigga a bunch of money. We showing this shit on Netflix, first of all. Second of all, he ain't say nothing that was out of line. I watched the special. Detail. He didn't say nothing that was out of line. All he did, basically in a nutshell, has been saying what most melanated foundational black Americans or just black people have been saying, period. Now, why is it y'all want to have all these civil rights and all this shit? And then when it come time down to it, y'all don't want to, I don't never hear no LGBTQ speaking up on Ed Buck and how he was bringing those black folk in there and then playing, let's play a game. Let's get doped up and then we all wake up. And then the niggas ain't waking up and he waking up. Like, I don't know what's going on. Cause he know what he was doing. I don't see the LGBTQ talk about that motherfucker. I don't see no motherfuckers talking about Bill Clinton in a picture with an underage girl getting a massage. Nobody said nothing about that. I don't see no motherfuckers talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, I'm going to keep bringing that bitch. It's so funny. Motherfuckers talk about R. Kelly all day. Motherfuckers ain't say shit about Ghislaine Maxwell. That's why I said the LGBTQ element OPXYZ, man, fuck them niggas, man. And if you black, you need to understand you're not a part of their community until they need you. Then you're a part of it. Y'all motherfuckers need to understand. They try to liken your struggle to their struggle. They don't got no struggle. They didn't build shit. No, they came here when it was already built. That's why the Democratic Party, the Democrats, they want to open the floodgates and let as many illegals as they can possibly come over here, because that is called benign neglect. We'll do for everybody else and we won't do for y'all. And that's why smoking Joe Biden, 94 crime bill Biden, ain't even said shit to niggas. As they told, oh, well, we'll meet with you, Ice Cube, after the election. They ain't met with that nigga yet. And everybody was shitting on Ice Cube. Well, the plan ain't got nothing for women's in there. And the Black Contract for America ain't got anything in there for black children. And man, shut the fuck up. I even seen on there where they was like, oh, well, the plan ain't got nothing for black women. Man, shut the fuck up, man. That plan's for everybody. Stop acting stupid. He the only nigga that's using this platform to basically, if from my perspective, bargain and barter. Like, hey, man, before we vote, what y'all gonna do for us? Oh, or any other, like the Boy Scout lawsuit nationwide. Oh, man. The Boy Scouts should go from Bussy Scouts, because that's what they was doing. That's the biggest house. That's the biggest shit. And you know they ain't said shit about that. Just like Catholic. Oh, I'm a Catholic. Oh, you are? All I need to do is bring up all them Catholic priests that get moved around from trying to fuck with little boys' bussy holes. Stop. Y'all know what y'all's doing. And they covered that shit up. And then the Catholic Church want to apologize to black people for their part in slavery. No, nigga, apologize with that motherfucking money that you made. Shit. You know, I just see so much shit. And I'm just like, damn, man. You know, I watched it was a very, very good thing. And I didn't, like I said, man, I didn't mean to deviate from the subject, but I didn't watch the Deontay Wilder. I didn't even know he fought, but I wasn't going to watch that. After he got his ass beat the first time and got his fucking ears stomped together and bleeding out his ears, I'm like, he don't need to fight. It's almost like he's smoking weed before he go to the fight. Because I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Yeah, just stop. You done got your ass beat 3 times by this white boy. Just sit the fuck down. Sit your dumb ass down, nigga. God damn. God damn. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost to the point where it's like, you embarrassing us now. Just go sit down. God damn. Jack Johnson and them is like, man, where they find this nigga at? Nigga wore that Black Panther suit and walked out of there like a kid. But anyway, it's a lot of shit going on, man. And I was like, damn, they trying to cancel Dave Chappelle for his special. Damn, what did he say? Then when I watched it, I'm like, well, he was saying some real shit. Motherfucker act like he was just like, fuck y'all, and, you know, I hope y'all go die. No, he didn't say none of that sucker shit. He just was like, look, man, my problem has always been with white folk and their racism. That's always been my problem. But here's the thing about white folk, they gonna always change the goalposts. Learn the law, they'll change the laws on your ass. Man, as I'm reading this book, A Sweet Taste of Liberty, I'm reading this book. It's about Henrietta Woods. She escaped slavery, got kidnapped, put back in slavery, sued her slave catchers, got restitution. And they was doing so much sucker shit. And then the lawyer that was her lawyer that was taking on her case pro bono was a colonizationist. His buddy was Abraham Lincoln, and they believe that niggas need to get on boats and go back to motherfucking Africa. Like, okay, see, this is how a lot of white people were back in the day. They weren't pro-black folk, and they weren't anti-slavery. They were just like, well, let's just get these niggas out of here before they realize that we owe them something. And that's exactly what they was doing. And they was just kind of like recreating the laws, and then the motherfucking slave catchers, from what I'm reading, just me interpreting it in my interpretation, they were basically inventing laws like, act like you didn't know that they wasn't free. Say, oh, I had no knowledge that they wasn't free, so that's why I put them in slavery. So I'm going to stick behind that law. They just sucker shit. Then they had in there, they had the same shit that was in slavery by, hey, why you delete that message? Don't delete that. I didn't even get a chance to read that shit. But anyway, they had the same thing in slavery by another name that was in this book, where a lot of slave masters was feeling bad about how they treated niggas, so they'd be like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna leave them this land. It's like 30 acres of land. I'm gonna leave it to these people, my slaves. I'm not leaving my white kids shit because they already got shit, but I'm leaving this to my slaves. Like, fuck y'all white motherfuckers, because I feel bad. Because, you know when these white folk own they slave, after they done slaved the nigga to death and treated a nigga like shit, they on their deathbed, then they want to repeat because they think they gonna go to heaven, so then they feel bad. Poor niggers. Here, let me just leave you guys something. So basically what one of the slave masters, his basically offspring was like, nah, fuck that. That nigga was crazy. These niggas ain't getting shit. Fuck these niggas. Just like in slavery by another name. Oh, he's deemed insane. Ain't giving them shit. It's our land. Fuck them niggas. That's just stuff that we have to look at, man. I look at that all the time. I'm just like, man, that's why as I was watching that shit, I was like, damn, he's saying some real shit. And that's what I've never liked. Y'all have always heard me say that shit on here. Like, stop getting in mingle with that community. Even if you are, LBGT, man, form a black LBG. Don't be involved with them motherfuckers, man. They push their agenda, which is oppositional of replacing the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing the system of justice. I don't give a fuck about you, belonging to that, but why don't you create your LGBTQ within black folk and be like, we're LGBTQ black, but we with black liberation. We with anti-blackness going away. We with reparations. We're with that. Let's see how far that LGBTQ community goes without using their talking points, because that's what they do. They use their talking points. That's why I don't even, man, when it comes time to, I don't even get involved in none of that shit, man. Like, don't come talking to me about, oh, man, you homophobe. And, man, get that transphobe, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm not going to sit up here and say that Bruce Jenner is Woman of the Year. Man, get the fuck out of here. I was thinking that shit, too. I'm like, man, what? And then everybody clapping and going with that shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers, man? And then when you say something, everybody like, oh. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and it's like, and then they all, what I don't like is they always got other racial groups speaking up on our shit. Like that NBA player Enes Kanter talking about what LeBron shit. First of all, you're not even from the United States of America. You're an immigrant. That's first. Second of all, I can't go to Israel, none of those places speaking on behalf of those people, but they always allow motherfuckers to come over here and speak on behalf of us. I just be looking like, wait, hold on. And they do that on purpose. They'll put those motherfuckers up front and let them people speak for you because they're going to use the same talking points that the dominant society wants them to use. That's why they want you to align either with a Republican or Democrat. No, I'm neither other. You know what I am? I'm a replace the system of racism, white supremacy, and establish a system of justice crack. That's what I am. I'm not none of that shit. But I see the sucker shit on both sides. Just one side is going to tell you, well, look, we ain't giving y'all niggas shit. Y'all at the bottom of the totem pole. Y'all are permanent underclass. And fuck y'all niggas. And then the other side is like, we don't feel that way about you. You're equal. And then once they close the door on you, man, fuck these niggas. These dumbass niggas don't know what's going on. That's what they do. That's why I went off, man. When I was going into these model homes, you see how much they cost and you see what they gentrifying. You're like, damn, man. I'm going to keep saying this. The average black family ain't got no motherfucking $500,000. So it's like, we don't have the wealth. We don't stick together. We fight and argue with each other about bullshit. We so busy worried about what this person has versus what you have and comparing and contrast, but we don't understand. We're fighting them. We're on the same team and we got to fight other racial groups. And when I mean fight for resources. You know what I'm saying? But we don't get that, man, because we so busy letting these dominant white society people take you down these rabbit holes about transphobic and transgender and all this other shit. Let me walk into a woman's bathroom and say, I identify as a woman. Y'all gonna see Warren on Contact 13 News, and y'all gonna be like, damn, they got that nigga, man. And I'm gonna be like, man, I identify as a woman. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You know they ain't letting that shit go down. Stop. You could just, I identify such and such. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's some bullshit. Straight up. That's why when I look, I try to keep shit tight, keep shit to myself. You know, a lot of times I don't get into trivial arguments with people about shit that don't matter, because in life it is just way too short to be fighting about shit that don't matter and not trying to replace the system of racism, white supremacy, and establish a system of justice. You don't have time to be sitting up here worried about how much this motherfucker got going on versus how much you got going on. We're on the same fucking team. I don't have time to be around lazy motherfuckers that don't want to do shit with themselves but know everybody else's business but don't try to have no business of their own. There's just so many things that I try to do, and it's a difficult practice because you try not to be heartless and you try not to, you know, alienate people, but sometimes you got to alienate people to stay on your path. You got to alienate people to handle your business. People don't like it, but it's true, and I'm known for that. I always tell people, stay in your lane. Don't worry about what the fuck everybody else got going on. Don't give me the stats. I don't do stats on other people. Unless a motherfucker's lying. You know, if a motherfucker's lying, like, all right, that's not believable. And a lot of the times, I'm going to say, black folk, we got to stop lying, you know, and making ourselves more than what we are. I always tell a motherfucker, my problems are having problems. So, you know, my problems are having problems. I don't got no money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just tired of niggas acting like they got money, you know, because they got this and they got that and they got, you know, man. Go tell that to Bill Gates and all the motherfuckers that really got money. Go floss on them. Don't floss on your own people. You know what I mean? And stop lying to each other about bullshit. Oh, I make this much money. I'm like, niggas gotta stop all that shit too, because that shit don't make no fucking sense. I'll be like, man, what the fuck? What are you doing that for? Because as a group, we're losing. As Dr. Claude Anderson teaches, we're a permanent underclass. They've made it that way. That's why you go to these stores, you go in places, you don't see niggas on them. And if niggas own them, we don't want to patronize it because we always want a nigga hookup. It's like, damn. Niggas don't want to purchase no black shit. Niggas don't want to do none of that shit. It's like, let's stop being entertainment for the dominant society, man. And let's start learning how to stick together. Stop wanting to stick together with people that's broke and don't have shit going on because it makes you feel better about yourself. Stop. You know, if a motherfucker got a nice car, got a nice house, hey man, that's good. Aspire to maybe be that, but you don't know that person's struggle. You don't know what they going through. Man, I worked around a lot of niggas. They working 10 jobs, man, to keep up that appearance like they got it like that. And really, they don't. Stressing themselves out just so they can look like they got it like that. I stopped doing that shit a long time ago. Shit, I started getting gray hairs. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm not gonna be sitting up here acting like man, fuck all that bullshit. And I think that's what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? Even after watching that special, I was just kind of like, man, wow, you know, he's right. And that's what I like about Dave Chappelle. He stay in his lane, man. He don't do shit that's out of the scope of what his comedy is. You know? And that's what I like about it. And I feel like if we stay in our lanes and stick together and be on the same page and establish a code, I think we'll be good, man. Just establish a code with the people you with. Look, let me tell you something. I'm around a lot of black folk sometimes, you know, even at the core plantation. And what I've noticed, a lot of black folk, we can't wait to not like each other. That's one thing that I've noticed as I gotten older. We can't wait not to like each other. Like, we be looking for something not to like because we don't want to like each other so bad because we're looking at each other through the eyes of the dominant white society. I know we are. You know what I'm saying? I've observed and I've been around that where people don't like, you know, they don't even know why they don't like each other, but they don't like each other. Oh, I don't like this about this person. Oh, no, I don't agree. You know what I mean? Especially when you get to the core plantation, there's a big time discrepancy of how black folk should act at these core plantations. You got black folk that go hard for the plantation and don't even want to see the perspective of a motherfucker that worked there that's not really putting up with the bullshit. When I was younger, I was just like, man, you better be thankful you got a job. But as you get older, I'm like, okay, we built this country. We're damned if we do. We're damned if we don't. Let me hear what my brother and my sister is saying before I condemn them. You know what I mean? Okay, if they're a lazy motherfucker, okay, all right, they lazy. But I still got to be on code with them because there's a lot of white lazy people. But white lazy people are going to be on code with hard-working white people at the end of the day. They're not going to be on code with you. They're going to be on code with each other. I've learned that. I've been around it. I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. so many times. That's why I'm like, we want to not like each other. And I'm always that person. I'm not finna be a carrier of the bullshit. So if you shitting on another motherfucker, I'm not gonna join in the conversation. I'm gonna diffuse it by being like, yeah, that person never said nothing bad about you. I don't care if it is. Nope. Because my job is for us to be on code. My job is not to have all this foolishness and shit going on. And I've dealt with that shit for years at the corporate plantation. This person don't like this person. Like, damn, man. Like, you don't even know these people. And I've dealt with that because motherfuckers ain't like me. Because I'm joking, or maybe I'm an unprofessional for them. It's not a good look for them to be seen with a nigga like me when they're trying to move up this little hierarchy of so-called needs. You know what I mean? So I've been down that road too, but it's like, when you see where it is, you're like, man, I did all that for that, man. Fuck that. You know, these are just things that you gotta understand for yourself at these corporate plantations. And let me tell you something. NBA is a corporate plantation. NFL is a corporate plantation. Hollywood's a corporate plantation. Don't get it twisted. They just make more money, but they're a corporate plantation. Trust and believe you me. Don't think that their situation is any different from ours. They just make more money. They're just being treated a lot better, but it's still a plantation. You got to get up. You got to do what the fuck you got to do. Because if not, you're not going to get paid. Let's stick together, man. Let's stay on code. Stop getting involved. Like, when a motherfucker start bringing them type of trivial arguments and, oh, you're the LGBTQ, man, stop. Just be like, man, look, I don't have time for that. Because the books I'm reading now ain't mention none of that shit in there. You know why? Because that's some shit that these motherfuckers made up and pushed this agenda on niggas, so they want us to be accepting of it because, as Lord Jamar said in Buck Breaking, if we're accepting of it, everybody will accept it. So that's why they fucking with different rappers. You know, a rapper come out and say some bullshit, boom, they chokehold your shit. Oh, well, we gonna paralyze you. We gonna strangle your resources. That's what they do. Look what they doing to Bootsy. Ain't nobody up front been like, I think what y'all doing to Lil Bootsy is fucked up, man. That's his opinion. When white folk have an opinion on black folk and they don't like what's going on, they raise money for white folk. They raise money for Kyle Rittenhouse's lawyers, Dylan Roof, Darren Wilson. They raise money for these white motherfuckers. But when it's us, look at all these people, how they act like they don't know R. Kelly. As my brother Nick Cannon said on Drink Trace, it's like everybody was doing music with R. Kelly, man. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't doing no music with him. R. Kelly was high. And if I was R. Kelly, nigga, I'm singing like the motherfucking 5 Heartbeats. I got nothing but love for you, baby. Fuck that. Nigga, y'all all going down, nigga. Oh, so don't nobody know me now? He's nice. Oh, so y'all don't know a nigga now? Okay. The pipe ain't the only one going down. I'm calling y'all niggas out. I'm doing a corrupt. I'm calling out names. For real. But hey, man, that has been my time. I already went over 5 minutes. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. You already know what it is. Shout out to No Compromise. I fuck with you, my nigga, all day long. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it ain't, man. Remember this. We got to establish a code. And go watch that Dave Chappelle special. And when you watch it, start looking around and seeing what they do. You can't say shit about the trans. Let a motherfucker come up to me with that bullshit. I'm going to be like, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, he bitch. Get the fuck out of my face with the bullshit, man. For real. Because I'm not playing that bullshit. I'm not finna sit up here and be nice to you because they said we got to be nice to you. Nah, man. And if I don't like what the fuck's going on, I'm going to say something. Fuck that. You're not finna make me feel like, oh, Bruce Jenner is Woman of the Year. Nigga, what? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. And niggas was sitting around clapping as this nigga that was a triathlete and won all these gold medals and was on the Wheaties box got makeup on and it's like in a wig. It's like, man, y'all niggas done lost y'all mind, man. You can't even say shit about this nigga because if you say one thing about him, oh, you transphobic. No, nigga, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm very educated. And I know that that's something that y'all want to do. Go ahead and do it. But don't try to bring that shit over here to my community and make us, look, we got enough struggles. We have no capital. We have no resources. We have nothing. So we don't have time to be sitting up here fighting with some he bitch or some transgender or whatever the fuck they want to call it. When we got racism and white supremacy, we got to fight. So now we got to fight racism and white supremacy and we got to fight the he bitches too because they are part of racism and white supremacy too. Y'all think that these motherfuckers ain't calling us niggas? Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas have lost your mind. But anyway, you know what it is. You know what it ain't. If a nigga up here talking about, man, they should take Dave Chappelle shit down, man. That's fucked up. Guilty, nigga. You a Sambo. I'm out. Peace.